Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm going to do a little bit out of the norm for me, and I'm going to actually do a video on migraines. And I've researched a lot of stuff out there on migraines because I've been suffering of migraines since I was 12. Basically since I hit puberty, started getting them. Never really talked about it on my channel because I never really found anything that worked. And I've Googled YouTube, I've Googled everywhere on the internet, and it's so funny because the videos that are out there are just like it's always doctors, it's always like, oh, do this and your migraine's gonna go away and yada yada yada. That's great. It doesn't work. It may work for some people, don't get me wrong, but it has never worked for me. And I know a lot of my friends that suffer in my line of work, they suffer from migraines and nothing seems to work for them. Well, I have finally come across something that works, and holy crap, has it changed my life. And I'm not lying, and I'm not trying to promote a product to you. I want you to research it on your own, and I want you to talk to your doctor and then find out if it's right for you. I've only found it on 2 different sites, so there's a kind of least expensive way to do it, and then there's a more expensive way. But first of all, I'm going to try to make this as quick a video as possible, because who really wants to watch a lot of me talking? So I've tried everything. I've tried, my doctors have prescribed me Cambia. If some of you know what that is, that's that powder that basically gives you kind of a reset of your migraine. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. That's its intention. I've tried everything from like herbal remedies, like this guy here, where you put it under your tongue, it melts under your tongue, it's supposed to do wonders, and sure, it works maybe for a day and then it stops. I've tried everything with the Tylenol, the ibuprofen, the aspirins, the Tylenol with caffeine, the aspirins with caffeine, the acetaminophen with aspirin and caffeine in it. Tried all those. I've tried, living in Canada, we can get our hands on muscle relaxants pretty easy, so tried those. That everything works for a little while, like a couple weeks, and then it just, nothing works anymore. So here it is. I'm going to give you 2 words, and I mean, I've even had the whole Botox scenario where I've gone and I've purchased it for $600-700, and I've taken it to a specialist, and he's injected me with it, and it worked one time for as long as it works for, and then you go back in and you get it done a second time, and then it just stopped working. It just, your body gets used to it, right? So a friend turned me onto this product, and I've been on it for a few months, and it's still, I'm taking it 3 times a day, and I kid you not, I'm back to, aside from my stomach issues, which are totally different, I can literally function. Like, it's crazy. I go from suffering where I feel like my head is going to explode to like a 3 out of 10 where I can get through the day, and I think I very seldom ever complain about my head anymore to anyone. And some people have even pointed it out and been like, what are you doing differently? Because you're not complaining. And so I'm going to give you 2 words, and it's nitric oxide. And no doctor has ever told me about this, and I had never heard of this before then. So I did some research on it, and there's some pros and there's some cons, and I'm sure everybody's going to voice their opinion on which one it is. But there's 2 variations that I found, and my friend turned me on to a company called Tranont. It's Tranont. They have a product, it's called Boost, and it's got nitric oxide in it, and along with a few other things, and the levels in it are pretty high. So I find that this product, even if it is a little bit pricier, so I think it's $74 if I'm not mistaken, in Canadian, so it's a lot less in American, and then you have to pay shipping on it. But it's like, for anybody that suffers from migraines, it's obviously worth it to find a product that works. And I've been on it for a few months, and it's still going strong, so holy crap. Now, I did find this on Amazon. It's a beetroot version of the nitric oxide. Like, nitric oxide, comes in different variations, plant-based, like medical-based, that sort of thing. So this has a lot less of the ingredient in it, so it's a lot less expensive, and you can get it on Amazon.ca. I'm sure you can get it on Amazon.com. And you get it within 2 days. This takes about between 5 to 7 days to get. I was taking 2 of these a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, and then taking a couple of these because I just couldn't afford that much of these. But I just find that these work so much better for me. So that's kind of, I've started ordering more of them. But it's really up to you. Anyways, like I said, it's nitric oxide. And that's the blend of what you want to take. And I'm not promoting a company. I'm not trying to shove this down your throat or say you have to order this. So do some research, talk to your doctor, or talk to whoever you need to talk to before you go on it, because there are obviously side effects, so do some research. I did get really lightheaded when I started taking these. It lasted about 3 days till my body got used to it. And then now my body doesn't even realize it. So there's different things. I'm usually the worst candidate for the worst reaction. So it is what it is. Anyways, that's it. So for me, it took being on them, I think it was like 3 days before it was like a huge difference. And if you get migraines more than like 20 times a month, then this is something you really, really should look at. I'm going to put the link in for both these guys in my comments, and feel free to kind of, you know, add on to any comments that you want to. Try to keep it clean, guys. I don't really like the huge, super negative comments, but if you know of something that has affected somebody negatively, for sure share your story. Anyways, I do hope this works for someone, because that was the whole point of the video. Anyways, take care and have a great one.